Welcome back. If I don't want this video to be 45 minutes, I'm gonna try to do things differently. So this is the current design bunker that I appreciate from a Jewer, a streamer, up and coming, and I think it's a very nice bunker. My strength is conveyors, and I'm a conveyor scientist, and so I work with conveyors. In this game there's inventory management, and I think you're gonna perform if your inventory is well managed. You'll perform better, and that means your house is inventory management. In some way, everybody has their own ways of doing it. And this is my way of doing it. I'm gonna go through all this today. And hopefully it's not too long. We hear thunder outside, so I know they're coming. We haven't been raided once. We almost got raided yesterday, but I spoke to the guy and he was like, "Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm fucking up," he said, but I think he just didn't want to do that. So these are the boxes. This is extra storage space. I'm only doing 2 at the moment. I removed completely the 4 boxes set up here and did this instead. We have a place for the computer. These are the codes that I like at the moment. So it's the first time I use the computer. Fertilizer in the box. Extra components I just saw. I'll try not to double. The clothes box is always full. I don't die too much. I'm mostly like, I'd find a better route, etc. But I'm glad to see the clothes box is not empty. It's never empty. Berries we're just gonna collect, not plant. That's why I have seeds, not clones. And even the seeds, I'm not sure. Pumpkin is my favorite, and the extra clones, of course, that you can pause throughout the video to look at. This is the sulfur mixing box. And I just went through these, of course. I apologize for double showing. We'll get through the conveyors in a moment, but I want to show you the current box setups. Extra TC storage box here for extra materials. What the TC looks like. Battery. Currently receiving 6, powering 4, which is a bit much. It's not going through. We don't have a Delta 3. On the top level here, we have the main space, where the bottom space can be my solo space, whereas this can be the teammate space. I am going to make some extra codes because I did invite my teammate to come check it out one last time. We have a tier 2 with some crafting materials, quite readily accessible. The double door system here works incredibly well when you're airlocked. I really appreciate that. Am I stuck here? Next we have the backpack box, is how I call it. So this is the kind of stuff I would bring to make a little 1x1, a little shack space, and just go somewhere. I'm on a train track. I made a house over here, for example, in the middle of these 4 monuments. To try it out and check it out. This is the daily task box, but also ore wood collecting. And some of this stuff here I definitely want to bring in the box we just saw. This one acts as a drop box, and so does this one. This is the primary drop box. As we can see, it's full of ammo. That's not a problem. This should be going downstairs. So somehow this is coming up here. Food is coming up here, and we'll show that. Current locker setup. If you like the boxes that my conveyors make, then stick around to see the conveyor setups. This is a small space for naked setups. Say you want to leave naked with a DB, you want to leave naked with material to build, TC grief, maybe you want a quick wood, a little bit of ore naked. You know, this is what this is for, just next to the door. This one needs a conveyor. We will throw in here. It's gonna be a small drop box, the same setups as you'll see. We're gonna throw though the extra components because components are requested under the tier 2 bench, and the extra components that we have there can be recycled. As we know, as we can see, components are requested here. Once it's full, they can go somewhere else, right? So if it's full here, there's no space because all the slots are taken. They'll have to go somewhere else, and so they can go there. The furnace are auto replenishing. And I don't know if I have any wood or what. All right, so let's do the conveyors now. Starting from the bottom. This is water also for the plant, where you can store some extra water. I do have something to cook here. And underneath there is a little stash you can't see. With an extra tier 2 bench, for example. Just to get us started again if somebody booms in. So let's talk about the conveyors. We'll go with the same order. Food conveyor or plant slash berries conveyor. These could possibly go here. You can change the items. You'll note that the items, this is under the table here. The maximum of 6k sulfur is a little problematic. It fills other boxes. These are the 2 storage boxes. I tried to combine these 2 conveyors, but it kept cycling between the 2 boxes. I was not able to combine them. I like the current setup. Some here is just constructions and what is it? Tools, which fills mostly a box. And this one here, electrical deployable, extra knives, extra bows, which fills mostly another box as well. Clothes, of course, very simple. Just clothing. Right. These are for under the tier 3. All the explosives fit here. We're missing little things like the what is it called? The thing you plant in the ground to make these little box to, anyway, material to make satchels. And this is the TC conveyor setup, limiting a lot so that most of the stone and metal comes here. Take this. I will point out that this box doesn't have an out, because I don't want my conveyors upstairs or somewhere else to think this is food. Right? Now the pumpkins should probably go somewhere else because they need to be taken. But this should not be considered food upstairs. But if your locker only takes this and you don't bring food anywhere else, then you can out it. This has an out. These two have an out, of course, which, by the way, they fit adapters really well here. This is for the box underneath, and this is for the box here. Incredibly well. Even though it doesn't look as good as I wanted it. So this has an out. This has an out? No. The boombox doesn't have an out. It's gonna get dark in here. Apologies. Next box. We looked at the boom. The boom has an out into the crafter. Crafter is for meds. Should be crafting meds. Should be turned on. The reason it turns off is because the Delta 3 is not there. We have losing power as the day ends. Of course, the extra TC box is an out, but not the TC box itself. Because you're gonna wake up and your house is gonna be falling, and you'll wonder why, or you'll know why. If you out your TC, another box may require the high qual, or the metal, the stone. You'll find out that it's gone. Under the workbench, to get it set up with one conveyor, we have components and additional basic resources. To get this box set up, we need more than 12. So we have 2 that are combined. Here is the setup for these 2. For this box, this is the stuff to do, task, daily task box. We craft our teas, which I think these are worth, but not necessarily others. And I think I want to combine this one as well through the help of a combiner, of course. And we just combine these 2 here. Combine these 2 to get this box into this box, and then combine these 2 to get into this box. Because I don't own this skin yet. This one is the furnace. Before I get into the furnace, I just want to point the outs. This one doesn't have an out. This one doesn't have an out. This one doesn't have an out. This one. Which, by the way, you can set or put the adapter through the repair bit somehow. Is there any more light? Okay. So pretty simple. Now we'll see where they all take. We can see where they all take, right? They all take from splitters, which are being split, from more splitters, and from more splitters. And of course, just one pipe is coming from downstairs, where all the splitters are, right? And you can say, well, where does it start? Well, it starts here, right? This one pipe is split like 7 times to adapt to 20 splitters, or 20 conveyors. And this one pipe, of course, is magical. It is where all the outs that I'm mentioning are connecting into. So all the outs are connected into combiners, right? All the outs, all of these, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, they all come to these combiners. Well, this one is a little different. It's for the furnace. So we notice it goes upstairs. And all the other boxes, all the outs are combined. Another one right there, which goes all the way over there. One. Just trying to be demonstrative. here. This from upstairs. This is also from upstairs. These are mostly the drop boxes, of course. Let's go back upstairs. So the furnace, the way we have it set up, of course you have your list. These are all the things that should go in the furnace, but also the things that should come out of the furnace and into the other box. And somehow the furnace, you know, is working well. In the past, they used to take your ores and put it in the box, and they would juggle the material like this, but it doesn't do that anymore. So I think there's a specific programming for furnaces that have been implemented. So you can have it where this connects to one furnace, the one furnace connects to the other, the one furnace connects to the other, and then the last furnace goes to the extra material storage. Meaning if you have extra ores, extra stone, extra metal, or where your metal needs to go, right? Empty tuna cans, whatever it is, it'll come here. And then here, because it's plugged to the out, then it will go where it wants to go, whether it be the TC for metal, or you may have your stone go somewhere else. Up. Now, unfortunately, power is out. But if I would do this, it would, of course, look everywhere that has an out for ores. Or it could be your drop box. It could be any box that has an ore, which is pleasant because you can drop anything you want in any box that has an out, and it will fix and it will go where it needs to go. It will also look into the extra storage small box next to the TC for tuna cans, metal ore, sulfur, wood also is requested to go through all this. And then with your extra stuff, you put it here, it goes downstairs. So here we recognize that the splitter is not required, I mean, in the multi-furnace setup. Gonna do a quick thing today. Framer tech. You can place your lock. Then you can press numbers on the keypad or the top, and then enter the last use code. Pretty cool. No. What have I done? Well, I didn't break anything. So now you can have your whole team go down if they want. Yeah, so now let's talk about these. Let's talk about the locker first. Convenient to be able to push the door from here. The locker, of course, there's no out to the locker, which, by the way, we can plug them together. So a splitter, not required, goes here, then this goes here. Where do you take it from? You take it from there. Why would that change? Bam, 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 bam. So one less component required. Nice. Pretty clean. As clean as we can make it. Alright. Now. For this one here, we should be requesting the scrap. Why don't we request the scrap? In case there's scrap that's being funneled downstairs or somewhere else, it'll also juggle and come here. And we notice the juggle. We grab the scrap, put it in the research table. I'll be right back with the drop box in a moment. So this is the quick grab, and of course there is no out to this as well. And same with these up here or down here. they could possibly have an out. Now, the reason why we don't have an out in a lot of them is because these machines are requesting similar things or the same things multiple times. When you have only one machine requesting one time the thing, like stone, you don't have to worry about another machine requesting stone, unless the other machine requires resources as a category, right? You select that, then two machines are requesting stone. If you don't want them to juggle, then you need to have at least one of them that has to have enough space and is not plugged out so that it stops. It fills up, if you want, and there's no way for it to go anywhere. There's no out here. There's no out on the lockers, even though they're plugged together. There's no out on the tools box per se, because I'm fine with that. Because extra tools are required downstairs, right? There's a machine downstairs that says, bring me all the tools. And then this one says, well, bring me tools too. But I'm not giving anything. So this thing is just getting full and not moving. This one also, like, you don't want, if you're requesting tools and weapons, you don't want tools to go back downstairs and weapons to go back in the main. Same with resources here. You wouldn't want components and basic material to come in and out of here in order to go back through the furnace system elsewhere. So there's no out for this. We're happy to see a full box. You'll notice the 6/6 number, which is 2/3 of a stack, because if you take half quickly, like so, it'll fill to 2/3, and every time you add a third, it will never be bigger than a full stack. If I may. Thank you. Now, let's talk about these two boxes here. These are the most complex boxes because they act as weapons, ammo, meds, grenades, quick food, box. But they pull such things as well. But they cannot cycle. Have weapons come here, weapons down there, weapons come here, weapons down there. So that means, what does that mean? It means if you want your weapons here, you can't request weapons downstairs. Yeah, but you can request other specific weapons, like knives or bows. But these are weapons, and so they will come back here. Or maybe here instead you want to be more specific and say, I just want SARS and Tommies and whatever. You know. But that's the idea, is that okay, if you don't want to juggle, you need to be more specific, or don't have the out, you know, or have them go into another box. Like my bows and knives, for example, might come here, right? Or I have one here, or even one here. I don't want my bows here, I want them there. Oh, yeah. Still a little bit of juggling. And so is the same for this one. It acts the same way. So the only thing you have to do that is plug it out into the, you know, all the combiners, and then let the system pull from them everything that the system wants, and leave everything that the rest of the system is not asking for, right? And you'll notice some limits also, or minimums in other boxes, where it just accepts that there requires other places to have the water jugs and food. So Leave at least one. Here we see a problem with closed box being too full. I do want the suits to be with the key cards, the quick weapons. It's nice to have all these options here. Quick tasks. As you can see, extra components could go somewhere else. These weapons could go over there. The other box is not requesting weapons anymore because it was pulling bows still. But I do want to come back to that. And I'm going to find a way to handle that. Possibly have extra bows come here. But it is an issue, right? As it pulls bows and knives, which are meant for other boxes. Knives, personally, I don't like them anymore at all. The bone knife is not much more superior than... It's not superior than... You know, much more superior than most. It's just faster. And if you take just a regular hatchet, the one you can make with tier 1, it's actually power 12 carving. Whatever it's called. Gathering. Flesh gathering. So a normal axe from tier 1 is just as efficient as a knife. Which I always want to have with me, you know? I always want to have either a quick hatchet like this, a little pickaxe. I always want a pickaxe. You know, grab that sulfur, grab that stone, whatever you need. Especially sulfur. I'm not passing sulfur anymore. And I think that's part of the reason why my house has not been boomed this whole wipe. I've taken sulfur, a lot of sulfur, around. And I think I protected my house by doing so. Drop bag. Quick setup. So what do we want to do? We want to put this like that. Quick arrows. Quick bullets. And as you can see, this is not much of a drop box. This is now my arrows. I like to keep the rock and the torch. I still do. Boom, boom. The solar panel upstairs, of course, needs to be pointed the right way, and it's been a real problem. Let's talk about electricity. You've noticed this one is red because I don't quite need it as often. It's just saying bring some extra suit and key cards in here if I'm missing. So some of them I guess you can just turn off. And since this one is before the battery, it'll give more power to the battery. So I like that when it's off, it can enable me to charge my battery. Sun is over there. Seems to be like behind. It seems to be going behind it, so I have the hammer. I'll pick it up. I can't tell you how many times I've done this. So. Everything close by. Quite convenient. To work with. unnecessary. So we'll do south 15 degrees. So we did south 15 degrees, and by turning it this way, because the sun is coming up from this side, if I'm flush with the sun coming out 90 degrees, I'm not giving it much of a chance. But if I give it 15 degrees, then it's going to take a little bit more of that sun. And you might say, well, you're cheating your night, then your night should be, you know, this way. And so now you're cheating your night, but it's not doing a full 180 arc. It's doing a 130 arc or something like that. So you still have that 25 degree each side or 50 degree difference to work with. So the first thing is the light. The people here definitely going to want to boom, but if I could please, a little bit of love right here. The first thing is light. Light you want to stop last during your day. You want it to stop during the day or the night. You don't want it at night. Sure, it'll affect your plans, but they'll be fine. It won't give light at night, which tells people you're planting, so you're doing shit, so you're making money, your business, you're doing stuff, you're active, you're a good player, you know what you're doing. No electricity, you know what I mean? So none of that. This starts in the morning and stops at night, and it grows my plants. The next one, they shouldn't be this hard. The next one that I go to is probably the furnace, because I want the furnace to start as soon as possible to replenish before it stops, because it's full or out of wood. So even if they're low wood, but I don't know how that works, because you have to think, like, when you go to when the night starts, this is full of wood. It's 1,000 wood. It's also full of ores. It's 1,000 or whatever, and it's not gonna go through all this for one night. But if you don't plug this correctly, then it'll take a moment during the day before it replenish or gets power, and that can be long enough for the furnace to not have enough wood, or be too full. So I have it first. Then, are you coming here? Really? Do we really need this here? I don't think so. How the hell? Then where? Then it seems to be going downstairs. It's not even going to the other drop box, so I don't see the point of this. I should have noticed where. No, maybe I'm mistaking. You know, these are daylight, so not nighttime. So let's continue. This should go here, but it's going down. What's the third most important thing? Yeah, I looked at the TC. Where is it going? The third most important thing. Well, maybe they're not as important after this. So they come to this one. But these are all the daylight machines, right? This one. These are all machines that can stop at night. Not a problem. if they stop at night. Even the furnace, it's not a problem if it stops at night, not at all. You can see that all these machines can stop at night. Because for the battery, we only have a little bit left. This one, the boom box, also can stop at night. The food box or you know, berries box can stop at night. That's not a problem. You know, or else if you want them all on, then they'll clean your drop box at night, which is useful. But personally, I want to focus my power. The TC box is okay as well if it stops at night. Think about it. It's full. You know, most likely full. Should be full. You know, for however many days. And then you're good for days. If there's no out, because there's no out especially, there's no big issue. And then finally, all these boxes come to the battery. Battery currently receives 6. I would like for it to receive 7 if it pushes 4. Or if it's receiving 6, it should push 3. To have what I call a delta 3, or a difference of 3, which lasts you, which is enough to charge the battery, which lasts you for most of the night. And so we don't have that right now. Look, if this one is off, you know, maybe this one too should be off. And now, thank you. We still have 6. No, it's fine. 18. So 20 is coming through. 2 is for the light. So yeah, you might have to remove or combine a conveyor, or choose to add less here, or you know, whatever it is. So now, what does the battery? Then we have the battery. So only then the battery charges. The battery will. What is it for? What is it really important for? So it's important for, I would think, and I could be wrong, the main loot boxes, or main boxes, or storage system, because that's where most of the stuff can go that you pick up. This one we don't see. Oh yes, we do. It's coming here to the close box, and the other storage here, and this is for the gunpowder, right, or the sulfur upstairs. Now, do we need this to work at night? I don't know. You know, maybe this is what I want to turn off. Maybe this box should be able to fill with extra sulfur. Right. Here, if we drop this, anything that we drop is going to start moving. It's going at different places. It may come here. It will come here. And we'll go check upstairs. This one was for fun plugged here. Turn this on. So now we have an active usage of 3, an income of 6, and that's our delta 3, and our battery's charging. Let's go see the wood. Alright, so we need to do a little wood run. You drop your wood, it fuels all the furnace, drops in your TC, goes in the extra storage. You want to do a little bit? Well, I'm pretty sure there's somebody here, but I'll do this. Right, so I'm saying, okay, I think there's someone here. What do I do? Oh, it's so simple. Right? So simple. How about we can craft some bandages? Boom, 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 boom. We'll make some. Throw that in. Throw this here. Send these. 0 fuel. Guess where the fuel is? It's not downstairs. It's not really far. I think fuel could come here as well with the chainsaw, but it's just used so much, you know. But you may want to have cloth everywhere too. So here, because after I close my door, it'd be nice to like drop the stuff I don't want here. It's taken by the system, boom boom, because there's an out. But instead, I have to come here, right, to drop it. And of course, the goal is to put them here. A shotgun trap here, so deadly. Got some wood. See, that's why I want a pickaxe everywhere I go, right? See? Little sulfur for no cost. Else the cost is you have to come back. Cost is your time. Is this loud? You know, so you know, is one pickaxe worth your time? You know, and I'm gonna argue that yes, even if it's just a stone pickaxe, which at some point you want to stop using your stone to make tools, I think. Oh, it went out just at the second I was doing it. It's replenishing right now. Right, so this of course, right, this machine is pulling from all the splitters, which comes from one combined pipe, which is then splits to the split, and one of the outs come here. It's requesting from all the boxes with an out these materials, which are both to cook and cooked material. It is then sending it to the furnace, which goes to the next furnace, the next furnace, the next furnace. The next furnace goes to a storage, or maybe the storage first, then the furnace, if there's some issues. The sulfur can come here, right? The cooked metal can come here. And then if you have another box that is requesting sulfur, it'll come here, and bam, that's super convenient. Make some space. Right? Pretty cool. Pause this. Give it a chance to my battery to heal. But any other ones could probably be paused like this instead. Right? No. Seems to only care for those who are powered by the battery, not those prior to the battery. Oddly enough, right? Currently, it's saying now that 6 and 3. So I hope this has been interesting. Personally, I keep this setup. This is like I save my game. I'll be making this and reiterating on this. And I hope to see you around. Thank you very much. And have a good rest of your day.